You are about to go on a trip, and rather than constantly rushing around without knowing what to do, you have decided to get organized. You have an itinerary, a list of places to visit. Problem: you don't have an effective way to plan it all. It's in the title. Google Maps is a perfect solution for this. A dynamic map that we can customize as we wish. And it will be with us everywhere, right in our pocket. I'm Francois from Scrap.io, and today we are going to see step by step how to plan our trip using Google Maps. You have understood it? We are going to create our own map, to customize our own map. And to do this, we are going to use Google My Maps. So let's type Google My Maps, click on My Google Maps, and we create a new map. And the first thing to do is maybe to give a name to our map. So let's say Warsaw for 3 days, for example. I can also give a description, and I click on save. So as you can see, there is nothing really complicated. The most important part is this one, and we have an untitled layer to start with. So what is a layer? A layer basically is a category that will help us to segment our locations, to segment our pins on the map. This category can be day by day, for example, a first layer for the day 1, a second layer for the day 2, and a third layer for the day 3, and so on. But what I think works best is to create layers depending on the kind of locations. For example, one layer for the means of transport, one layer for the museums, another layer for food and drinks. So what I suggest is to create one layer at a time. I'm going to show you how to create maybe the first 2 of them, and then you get the point, you can do it on your own. So same thing as for the title. I'm going to give a name to my layer, and let's start with the transport. There are 2 ways to select a location. I can simply click on the location. If I want to select the airport, I click on Lotnisko Chopina Warszawa, and if I click on Add to Maps, it will be added to my layer. And maybe I will add the Świętokrzyska metro station, it's the main one. Add to map, but I can also type my place directly here in the search bar. So let's add a train station. As if I tap Dworzec, I have access to Dworzec Centralny w Warszawie. It will lead me to there. I add to map, et voila. And that's it. Let's add a second layer for the museums. Untitled layer, museum. And let's do that quickly. Let's visit this one, the Pałac Kultury i Nauki, maybe the Royal Castle. Let's make 2 more, the Palace on the Island and the Warsaw Rising Museum. Alright, so we've got enough. Let's see what it looks like. It looks ugly. What I mean by that is that we don't really know what pin is related to what kind of location, because all the pins are the same. So our second step will be to customize our pins. Let's do that together, shall we? I can first change the color. I only use 3 colors, red, yellow and green. So for the transport, let's say red is the most important one, and green, if we have time, the least urgent. The airport is super important. The metro station, let's make it yellow. And the train station, let's make it green. Let's apply the same colors for the museums, but this time red is the least important, the least interesting, and green is the most exciting places. It looks slightly better, but that's still not enough. What I can do is also to customize my icons. More icons, so this is for the airport. I've got something, I click on OK, et voila. For the metro station, metro, the last one for the train station. If I tap train, I've got my train. Okay, so I think you've got the point. I'll let you create your own layers, and I see you back once I've got more interesting things for you. I created a third layer called food and drink, and I've noticed that I have 1 or 2 things to tell you. The first one is that there is another problem. Our pins are not really noticeable. We can't really tell the difference between our pins and the other pins, and that might be a problem. So what I suggest is that we change the background to make sure that our pins are really visible. We can do that in the base map. We have access to 9 options. So let's try them out all. No, pretty much the same than the first one. Why not? Nah, too dark. No. I think that the fourth one sounds really good to me. Indeed, it looks better. Moreover, what I wanted to tell you is that we can change the name and the description for each location. If I click on Edit, I can customize the name if I want to, but I can also add a description, which sounds more useful. Why? Because right now we know exactly what this location is, but a couple of weeks later, once we are in the city, we may have forgotten. So I can type something, high quality Polish food. Okay, let's move on. A fourth layer called activity, and same thing, I have something to share with you. If at any point you have made a mistake and you put a location in the wrong layer, you don't have to delete it and to recreate it. You can simply drag and drop the location like this. So I can also rearrange the order. And the second thing is that so far I have only selected specific locations, but I can also select entire streets with no problem. The Nowy Świat street, for example, is a very famous street in Warsaw, and in that case the pins will be put in the middle of the street. Alright, let's move on, our map is almost over. In total I've got 5 categories, 5 layers: transport, museum, food and drink, activity, and unusual places. One last thing I wanted to tell you is that we can customize our pins even further. If I select a specific location, I can add an image or a video. What looks best is to insert our own photos once we have visited the place. Insert, we wait a little bit, and I click on save. Okay, I told you it's over. Well, almost. Let's make the assumption that we come in on a Sunday afternoon and we've got a couple of hours before dinner. The first thing we do is usually to visit the city center, and I want to determine how much time is needed. So what I can do is to measure distances and areas. I click on the ruler icon, and let's start by the tower, then we go to Nowy Świat, then to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, then to the Royal Castle, and to the music. And the approximate distance is 2 kilometers 8. It's only an estimate, of course. The good news is that we can make things even more accurate. Rather than just measuring distances, we can add directions from multiple points. If I click on it, what happens is that another layer is created. And now it's very interesting because I have layers for the kind of places I want to go, but I can also have layers for the day. So this is day 1. And I don't want to drive, I want to walk. And the point A is the tower, the point B is here, and here is my direction. Let's add another destination. Here, another one, here, and another one there. And here is what it looks like. Please note that your layers can be turned on or turned off, just like this. If I don't travel alone, I may also want to share this map, because now the map is definitely over. So I click on share and I check anyone with this link can view. So now if I click on the link and let's paste the link, I can't modify anything, but I can have access to the map. There is one last little thing which is paramount to do. So far we have created our map with our laptop. Look, because we had to. But obviously it's not really convenient. Once we have created the map, we want to have access through our phone. And here is how to do it. We click on Google Maps, make sure that you are logged in. Then we click on the U tab, we scroll down and we click on Maps. We pick up our map and we have access to our map. Now you know how to use Google Maps to plan your own trip. What we have seen is just one of the many secrets from the platform, from Google Maps. We can do so much more. We can collect B2B leads, create email lists, gather all this kind of data at scale, and to do it within 2 clicks, you can go to scrap.io. Scrap.io is the ultimate tool for scraping Google Maps. By using a category and a location, you have access to your data. I let you a quick look at some columns you can retrieve in a CSV or an Excel format. By clicking the link in the description, you have access to your first 100 leads free of charge. This is the end of the video. If you have enjoyed it, you can subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss anything. There is nothing else to see. The end.